Welcome back to another episode of Game Time here on GameSpot Sports. How is everybody today? Hope y'all are doing well on a beautiful Wednesday. We got college football game time today. And we're going to go back to the tier list because we had fun with that yesterday. That'll be posted over on YouTube today, actually, as we'll have our tier list. We did our tier list of every NFL quarterback after week 2. Had a lot of fun with that. But we've got Florida versus Miami. We'll talk some of the last week's college football action. Obviously, as you know, here in the cave, we talk ball. And we will also have our Florida and Miami sim. But I wanted to do a quick tier list to kick things off. Because I think it's important. But, I think we're starting to get some data points for what this season looks like across college football landscape. I think we're learning about people. We're learning about teams. We're learning what everybody's made of right now. And I think that's where everything gets interesting. Is you end up with a lot of people, preseason pundits, trying to say, here's who's good and here's who's not. And the short answer is, we don't know anything until we get some data points. And I feel like we've reached that moment. And I think now is where we can kind of start actually honing in on who's good, who's not, who has proved themselves, who still has some work to do. And so I think that's where we get this. So I feel like the easiest place to start is the SEC. Kind of, you end up with a conference that gets the most talk. So we're going to rank every single SEC team. And I've got 6 categories, and we ending up adding categories most of the time anyways. But the categories that we have at the moment, at least, are the top categories should be in Atlanta. These are who I think are the top 2 teams that are going to be battling it out for the SEC title at the end of the year. In the mix, people that I could see in Atlanta. You end up break going your way, winning a big game. Definitely could be in the mix. Bowl fodder, the typical 6+ win SEC team that is going to end up being in the bowl. And congratulations on playing the San Diego County Credit Union Poinsettia Bowl. In the conference still, you're here. You might make a bowl. You're here. You can fire your coach, the coach that are on the hot seat right now. And then I got Manic for the teams that are already ravaged by key injuries. I feel like there are a couple, and you might already know that. We'll go in order. Let's start off with Oklahoma. Man, I like Oklahoma a lot. I like John Mateer. I thought their win over Michigan, that Mateer really opened it up. I'm not the biggest Brent Venable guy, but I think Oklahoma, when you're looking at the end of the year, they are definitely in the mix. And I'm going to fill out should be in Atlanta at the end. I think that's the best way to do this is at the end of once we have everybody that's in the mix, I'll take the 2 teams that I think are the best and we'll put them in the should be Atlanta. But OU is in the mix. Oh, Texas. Okay, so I truly believe that Texas goes right here. I think Arch Manning is hurt. He is wincing after making throws. He's wildly inaccurate. I'm not saying he's good either way, but there's something wrong with Arch Manning. And I think it is, they are keeping it under wraps. You're watching him ever since the Ohio State game. The Ohio State game, he just wasn't good. And he might have gotten hurt in there on one of those sacks. But, man, he throws the ball, and we're seeing this move a lot. I just think Arch is hurt. If Arch is healthy, where is Texas? They're right here. They are I feel like a 3 to 4 loss team right now, the way that they're playing. But I'm going to put them in this one and give them the credit that, all right, like, there's something wrong with Arch Manning. Alabama already got 1 loss. They beat up Wisconsin, who I think Wisconsin might be a 4 or 5 win team. But Ty Simpson's starting to look better. I feel like Bama, is just perennially in the mix. I want to see more out of Ty Simpson, but he has made some throws and made some plays that I see the flashes of why they like him in Tuscaloosa, and I just think once we get into the meat of the SEC schedule, a lot of this is going to kind of thin itself out, and we're going to figure out who's good and who's not. I think there's no doubt that Georgia's also in this mix. Got the win over Tennessee. I'm still not sold on Gunnar Stockton. I'm actually sold more on Ty Simpson than I am on Gunnar Stockton. I think Stockton holds the ball a little too long. Decision-making isn't quite as sharp. The big thing for Georgia, I think, is going to be their undoing. Is that defense is not the Georgia defense of old. There's nobody on that defense that screams first-round talent. There's nobody on that defense that screams future Philadelphia Eagle. But they're going to be in the mix. They're good enough. Kirby Smart is good enough to get them in the mix. And I think Tennessee also ends up in there. I think Tennessee, even with the loss, boy, I really like Aguilar. Can we just for a second think about how, egregiously the Tennessee Volunteers won that trade with UCLA? I mean, I know it's not a trade because we don't do trades in college football, but UCLA had to fire their head coach. Nico Iamaleava looks lost out there. And on the flip side, Aguilar in that Josh Heupel system offense is slinging the rock. I mean, they should have won that game. Kicker doesn't miss that field goal at the end of the game. They should have won the game. They didn't. You feel bad for college kickers. But even so, you're sitting there with one loss. I know it was in conference, but they're going to be in the mix at the end of the year. Texas A&M, they're going to be in the mix. I like Marcel Reed. A&M proved a lot by going out and beating Notre Dame. I thought Notre Dame was going to walk away with that game. I thought the physicality of that Notre Dame, that Marcus Freeman defense was going to cause them problems. Nope. No problems. A&M walked in there and they're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. A&M team that I think is... Remember last year it was Connor Wiegman, who's now over at Houston. Was he going to be the future of A&M? They really find Marcel Reed, and they're rolling at this point. Mike Elko got that team rolling. He's got to figure out that defense a little bit. But they're in that mix. Now we start getting into sort of this middle area. And we get to Missouri. Missouri's ranked. Every SEC team gets ranked early, so I don't care as much. They did have that big border war win against Kansas. They've got South Carolina coming up, but it's a depleted South Carolina team. They got former Penn State quarterback Bo Pribula at quarterback. I'm not going to put them in the mix. I think they fall in that bowl fodder category. They scream 9-3 to me. I was actually going to pull up their schedule. Let's see what Missouri's schedule looks like. Do they avoid any of the big ones? Home against South Carolina, home against UMass. I think those are both wins. They'll be 5-0 at that point. Home against Bama, at Auburn, at Vandy, home against A&M, home against Mississippi State, at Oklahoma, at Arkansas. So I like Alabama over them. I like Oklahoma over them, especially at Oklahoma. I like A&M over them. Vanderbilt's a toss-up. Auburn's a toss-up. So you got 3 losses there with 2 toss-ups. That kind of screams you sign up in the middle. Even though I like what Eli Drinkowitz is doing at Missouri, I just think this is the power of the SEC. It just means more. It just means more. The Auburn Tigers. Who have they beaten? Hold on. Ball State, Baylor, and South Alabama. All right, so doing great over there. Love that for them. Here's the thing with Auburn. I can't get over 2 things. Number 1, I think Jackson Arnold stinks. Number 2, I think Hugh Freeze stinks. Uh, I mean, let's be clear. From a talent perspective, they're probably there. They in Missouri are Spider-Man memes pointing at each other. But I'll be honest, I kind of want to put them there. Like, I kind of feel like they are Hugh Freeze coaching from a hospital bed. Like, I don't like him, but I get they're ranked right now, so we kind of have to put them in the bowl fodder category. But there's nothing I like about Auburn. I really don't like Jackson Arnold. LSU is going to be put in the mix. They are. Obviously, they're ranked third in the country right now, if you care about rankings. They got that win over Tennessee at Neyland. Something doesn't look right offensively. Baker's doing an unbelievable job with the defense at LSU. Just something doesn't look right offensively. Even with a returning quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier, I thought this was going to be one of the more powerful offenses. They get that early season win. It is the head coach, Mr. Right. It's Brian Kelly. Like, Brian Kelly, let's be honest, every year I feel like LSU could be here. Like, I don't like Brian Kelly. I have not liked Brian Kelly, but they've got a good win at Clemson. Not looking as good. Clemson falling off quite a bit. They've got the win against Florida, but again, it was a 2010 win where DJ Lagway threw 5 picks. DJ Lagway threw 5 picks. He could have thrown 7 picks. He throws 5 picks, and you only win by 10? Something's not right. They're going to be in the mix. They are undefeated right now. They got a trip to Ole Miss in 2 weeks. They got to go to Vandy. They got to go to Bama. And they got to go to Oklahoma. We're going to learn a lot about this LSU team. Ole Miss, I'm putting them right here. I don't care what anybody says. You lost literally your entire offense to the NFL draft. They are good enough. They do have 2 wins in the conference already. It's over Kentucky and Arkansas. They should have lost to Arkansas, and they probably should have lost to Kentucky. They're fine. They're fine. I don't love, what's the kid's name? Who's starting for them? Simmons. He's fine. He's fine enough. I mean, let's remember, this team had Jackson Dart. They had Trey Harris, both to the NFL. They had Quinshon Judkins 2 years ago. He's gone. Like, this Ole Miss team has lost a lot of NFL talent. Lane Kiffin is going to predictably blow a game that they should win at some point. Let's pull up their schedule, see where they... what end of the straw Ole Miss draws. Because I think that's a lot about the SEC, especially with these conferences being so bloated with expansion. You look at who do they have to travel to? Who comes to their place? Ole Miss goes home against Tulane. Tulane stinks. Home against LSU, that helps them. Home against Washington State, also bad. At Georgia, yikes. At Oklahoma, yikes. Did Oklahoma draw every home game? Home against South Carolina. Home against the Citadel, home against Florida, at Mississippi State. They're going to be kind of around that 9-3. I just don't like them. I think LSU coming to the Grove, that's a toss-up. Going into Georgia, going into Sanford Stadium, I like Georgia in that one. I like Oklahoma. And then you've got a couple other... I mean, they do draw the nice end of the schedule. I think it's going to come down to that, like, a couple of those games where it's like, where's South Carolina at that point? Where's Florida at that point? I think they'll be, bowl fodder is our anywhere between 7-5 and 9-3. I think 10-2, you're in the mix. Mississippi State. Boy, I am so happy for Mississippi State fans. Shout out to Stark Vegas. They get a big win. You love to see Mississippi State getting an upset victory over Arizona State at home. You're just happy for a fan base that hasn't had a lot of happiness in the last 10 years. I like what they're doing. They got Blake Shapen at quarterback, right? Yeah, he was at, where was he last year? He's been at Baylor 2 years ago. That's right. He was the Baylor kid. Blake Shapen's playing well for Mississippi State. Listen, I think there's some level of mirage here. They're fine. Let's take a look at their schedule because that's going to determine a lot of it. Mississippi State, home against Northern Illinois, home against Tennessee, at A&M, at Florida, home against Texas, at Arkansas, home against Georgia, at Missouri, home against Ole Miss. It might be a rough year, but I think they are good enough to be in that 7-5 range. Might be 6-6. There aren't that many opportunities there, but boy, go surprise one of these teams. Like if Mississippi State can go out and play a solid game, like the old Dan Mullen Mississippi State teams, they've got an experienced quarterback. Blake Shapen has been around. I think it's his 5th year. He was at Baylor for 3 years and then transfers. They've got enough juice. I like what they're doing. I think when you're looking 2 years ago, when you're looking even like last year, this team was in that area, but they are well improved. Well improved, and I'm excited to see what they can build out in Stark Vegas. Boop. Yeah, there you go, right there. You're welcome. Hey, Billy Napier, great job saving your job last year. It's gone now, and it's gone. Throw up the South Park meme, but Billy Napier has to go. His $10 supercut haircuts has to go. I'm sorry. I like DJ Lagway. Lagway, you can't throw 5 interceptions in a game. And if I remember correctly, this Florida schedule rivals last year's brutal Florida schedule. Let's remember, they've already played South Florida, who might be the best group of 5 team. They've already played at LSU. They go to Miami. They got Texas at home. They go to Texas A&M. That's 3 losses. I mean, it might be 4. If you got Mississippi State at home, I like them to win that game. You get Georgia at home. You go to Kentucky. That's a win. Go to Ole Miss. Home against Tennessee, home against Florida State. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ranked games, 8 ranked opponents this year. But Billy Napier, I'm happy that DJ Lagway came in and was that spark last year that got Billy Napier another year. He's got to go. The Florida boosters are not going to let this be like that, especially with the talent of DJ Lagway. Like, they're not going to let Napier hang around. Fascinated who they go out and try to get, but it's time to go, Billy. Arkansas is in the same spot. Sam Pittman has got to be on the way out, and they've got talent. I like Talon Green. Dude's got he's electricity, but you lose a game to Ole Miss already. You've still got to play Notre Dame. You got to go to Tennessee. You got to go to LSU. You got to go to Texas. I don't like this team. I checked out the sliders. I did. I tried the sliders. The Madden ones worked. I actually put kind of the same ones on college football skins. So we'll see how it works today. But I threw them on for today's stuff, so we'll see if it gets any better. But Arkansas, I think Sam Pittman's on his way out, for sure. South Carolina would be nice to put them in the medic category because Lenore Sellers is dead, but I would like to point out that Lenore Sellers and the Gamecocks were getting beat this week without Lenore Sellers getting hurt. They have not looked good. I don't care about their opening win. They beat Virginia Tech. Hey, how's Virginia Tech doing? Oh, Brent Pry got fired, and they lost. They got their doors blown off by Old Dominion. That win looks bad, and it was on a neutral site. I don't think South Carolina is very good, but see ya. I think Kentucky, the answer is Kentucky is going to be the one team in the conference still because they're just not going to fire Stoops. They're not going to fire Mark Stoops. They don't want to fire Mark Stoops. I think Kentucky is content being a basketball team, and their football team every once in a while competes. And so because of that, Mark Stoops is just going to be there. And they're going to go kind of 6-6 every year. Some years they'll go 8-5. Some years they'll go 5-7. And everyone will be happy in Big Blue Nation because basketball season is around the corner. They are there. Sweet baby Vandy. Listen, I like Vandy. I like Diego Pavia. I would love to say that they're going to be 10-2. They're bowl fodder. They are. They're going to be 8-4, something like that. Let me look at their schedule. Let me start off with, I loved Pavia last year. I still love them this year. They went out and beat the brakes off of South Carolina. They get Georgia State at home. They get Utah State at home. So, there you go. That's 2 great wins. They have to go to Bama. That's a loss. They get LSU at home. That's a loss. They get Missouri at home. That's a toss-up. They have to go to Texas. That might be a toss-up. I don't know what... Arch Manning is wild. Home against Auburn is a toss-up. Kentucky at home, there's a win. And Tennessee on the road, that's a loss. So they've got 3 more wins, which does put them at 6. So you win a couple of your toss-ups, you're 8-4. I like Diego Pavia. I'm happy for Vanderbilt. It's nice to see Vanderbilt doing fun things. So this is where we stand right now, and now it's time to pick who we think is going to be in Atlanta. The one thing I like about the expansion is that we don't have divisions anymore, and I don't have to stare at you only played on one side. So who do I believe are the 2 best teams in the SEC? This is... So, Georgia's defense scares me. I don't think their defense is very good. I like Ty Simpson in Bama. I like Aguilar at Tennessee. I like Mateer at OU. I don't think it's going to be LSU. I don't think that offense looks right. Right now, I'm not ready to put LSU in the SEC title game, even though they've got a conference win. And I know for like Tennessee, they're starting out at 0-1. You got a lot of guys at that 0-0. They have not played any of their conference games yet. If I'm looking at who I think at the end of the year is going to be most prepared to get to Atlanta and play in it, I gotta pull up a score. I think Georgia's one of them. Let me read you their schedule. They already won at Tennessee. They get Alabama at home. That helps them. Kentucky at home, at Auburn, home against Ole Miss. At Florida, not as good as we thought they were. At Mississippi State, sneaky tough game. Home against Texas, not as good as we think they are. Home against Charlotte, they're exactly as good as we think they are. And then Georgia Tech in Atlanta. They've got a schedule that fits them. I think it's going to be Georgia. I think Kirby Smart's going to get that defense playing. The other team that I think is going to be there, I like Tennessee a lot. I think Aguilar's the real deal. I know they lost by 3 in overtime. They put up a ton of points, but they've got absolute firepower. Aguilar's so good. If there's one other team, like if I were to rank these 4 teams down here, the order I think that they could make the SEC title game, I think it's that. I like John Mateer in Oklahoma. I just don't know if Brent Venables is going to choke away a game. Let me look at Oklahoma's schedule because I think they end up pretty favorable. Home against Auburn, home against Kent State, Red River rivalry, home at South Carolina, home against Ole Miss, at Tennessee, that's a tough one, and at Bama. So they draw the 2 bad ones, and they get LSU at home. But I like Mateer a lot. I think OU is really, really good. I think Bama's going to figure it out. I think you probably are looking at like one of these 2 teams, and I like Tennessee, even with the early loss. I think that's your 2 teams that are going to be in Atlanta. And honestly, I like Tennessee. I think this is the best Tennessee team we've seen in a long time. I think Aguilar fits that system. Like, we're going back to, like, Hendon Hooker was cool. I think Aguilar has more. I agree that Tennessee's going to throw games, and they're going to go up to Ohio State, and they're going to sit there and say, it's Neyland North, and then lose by 1,000. Ha! But I think this system fits what Aguilar's skill set is, and I I just think I like what I've seen even in the loss. This Tennessee team's got firepower. But there it is. There's your tier list. That's where everybody is. I really think Texas is bad, though. Like, I think Arch Manning is hurt. If Arch Manning is not hurt, if this is not a giant cover-up by Steve Sarkisian, which I still think it is, I think Arch is out there wincing. If it's not, and this is what Arch is, one of these two, they're bad. That offense is brutal. I mean, brutal. Their defense might carry them enough to get to 8 wins, but like they're bad. And if that's true, there's gonna be a discussion about Sark in Texas with Arch Manning. But I'm gonna assume that he's hurt. So that's your SEC tier list. Let's get into our game for the day because we got a doozy, and one for those Florida. Oh, I am. Don't worry. I've got my quarterback one that's going out today. I actually got the YouTube video edited together that'll go out today, and then I've got the tier list that's going to get posted, and then this will go out tomorrow. And I'm just going to stand there and just... Come on, SEC fan bases. Come on. Let's get to our game. It is Florida and Miami battling it out. I have a feeling that this Florida Gator team might put up a little more of a fight than the Florida team might this weekend, but let's see. Do they get... Yeah, it's a night game. It's weird. I'm sorry I'm not used to putting night games out here because Ohio State doesn't get any. They play at noon all the time. Shout out to Fox. But let's get going. Put in the Bahamas Bowl. There we go. Chill. All right. Let's see how these sliders work, too. We've been tweaking these sliders to try to get them to be better games, but we head to Hard Rock Stadium, a stadium I have been at for a tailgate. I was there last year, and I realized it was Miami, Florida State, and it was when Florida State was 2 wins. Like, they just weren't good. I get that. It was the worst atmosphere I've ever been to. Oh, really bad. I get you played in an NFL stadium. Even like the tailgate beforehand, nobody was particularly excited. It was bad. It was like bad. Would never want to go back. But we head into Hard Rock Stadium as this Miami defense. Boy, how good is this Miami defense? They have played electric so far. Bain is the real deal. As the kick is away, will be the Gators with the ball first. And they will take it out to the 20-yard line. It is DJ Lagway. He'll dump it off underneath. Pick up 4. See if Lagway and the offense can't get going early in this game. We have had some issues with the CPU. Late game hasn't been pretty. 2nd and 6. Handoff and some room. Nice early run. As Jaden Baugh picks up first down. I like Lagway a lot. I like the wide receiving core a lot at Florida. The big thing with Florida is just going to be, can Lagway not turn the ball over? He cannot throw 5 picks as that dump off is underneath. And he finds the tight end Hayden Hansen for a first down. He just can't turn the ball over. That's it. This team is going to go as DJ Lagway goes. If Lagway can rein it in and beat DJ Lagway at the end of last year, and remember, he's still young, but he just needs to rein in the turnovers, and they will be a annoying team to play against. And then give him another year to be really good. Play action pass, Lagway over the middle. He's got an absolute cannon. you've got to hit that pass, DJ. I got news for you. He's open over the middle. Don't shrug your shoulders. But that's it. I don't think Miami is that bad. I think Billy Napier is a bad coach. I've had for a long time. But he goes to Supercuts and gets $10 haircuts. But at the end of the day, I think that it is, at the end of the day, it's going to go as Lagway goes. I think, man, if they get a real coach in there, someone that is a quarterback guy that can help Lagway develop, they could be dangerous. For sure, especially next year. But you're going to win 0 games throwing 5 picks. 3rd and 4 for Lagway and the Gators. Back to pass. Lobs it up. He's got one-on-one. Left side. That's swatted away. Looked like it was a little, just a hair underthrown. And some nice defense out there by Ethan O'Connor to swat that one away. It'll be 4th and 4. Let's see what they do. They're going to kick it 58 yards in college. With the slow-mo iced? And he missed it. Okay. Oh, he had the leg. That's a good try. All right. I love that. Well, we get to see this Miami offense come out with the former Georgia quarterback Carson Beck at the helm. I think he missed it right, it looked like. It is Beck in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide set, 2 to the left side, solo receiver, wide right, RPO action. He'll dump this off in the flat. And not a bad gain. He'll pick up 4. That one to Alex Bowman, the tight end. Trey's got a leg. I mean, that leg, it had the leg. This was not one of those when they attempt the 50-yarder and ends up going 44. He has the leg. Back in the shotgun. Going to go 4 wide, 2 by 2. Play action. Beck goes through his progressions. He'll look out to the flat, and once again, back-to-back passes to the tight end, Bauman. And he'll pick up maybe a yard. Set up a 3rd and 4. Couple other interesting games this weekend. We've got Illinois, Indiana. Luke Altmaier v. Fernando Mendoza. Quick slant on the RPO, and he's got room. 1st down, Hurricanes. As none other C.J. Daniels with the catch. I mean, yeah, you got Luke Altmaier battling Fernando Mendoza. Shout out to Kurt Signetti and the Hoosiers. They look solid so far. I liked Mendoza at Cal. I thought he was on a bad Cal team, by the way. He always looked solid. As they'll bring C.J. Daniels into motion. And Beck with the play action. Throws it out right side. This one is complete to Keelan Marion. Picks up 7. Using that aerial attack. It's kind of a light slate. The one that I think is going to be fun, if you're a college football fan, noon on Fox at Rice-Eccles Stadium. Nobody walks into Rice-Eccles at night and wins, but it's a daytime game. Sleepy noon kickoff is play action pass for Beck, and he overthrows his intended receiver looking for Daniels. You've got Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, heading to Utah to take on Devin Dampier and the Utah Utes. I love Dampier. I like him at home. I think that's gonna be a fun game, though. The Pokes can, or the Raiders can put up an absolute myriad of points, and might be the best team in the Big 12. I think as Beck keeps the RPO and runs at 62 speed, and gets an offensive lineman hurt. Yeah, Carson, don't run the RPO. You're good. You're good. No read options for you. But Dampier's the real deal, and I think that's going to be kind of one of those games that we circled in the year if this decided the Big 12. But that's going to be a fun one at noon. There's not a ton going on at noon, if I'm right. Not really. No other ranked games. Let me pull up the FBS schedule as we hit a 2nd and 2 near the end of the first quarter. UNLV heading to Oxford, Ohio to take on the Red Hawks. Chuck Martin as a dump off. That looked like a little screen setup. Well pursued by the Gators defense. Closing down quickly. And we'll hit the end of one. Scoreless in this game. It's a nice tackle. Teddy Foster in on the tackle. I mean, anybody interested in Arkansas, Memphis? Nope. All right. Silence. I realize that I can only hear me, but, like, nope. We're good. We're good. 30 yard power formation. Going to go goal line. 3 tight ends. Under center is back. He'll go QB sneak. He'll pick up the first down. 3:30 in Norman. You get you get Jackson Arnold heading back to Oklahoma in a revenge spot? Question mark as Auburn heads to the Sooners. Boy, I would love John Mateer to score 4 touchdowns in that game. I hated Jackson Arnold. I still hate Jackson Arnold. I don't think he's very good. Set up another screen pass. That one dumped off to the right side, and once again, no room to move. Fletcher hasn't really had any carries. He has 2 catches though. Oklahoma said they're 6.5-point favorites at home, by the way. I think that says a lot. It says a lot. By the way, Florida State welcomes in Kent State, who might be one of the worst teams in the MAC. 2nd and 7, back underneath. 3rd catch already for Fletcher, but not a lot of room. It's going to be 3rd and 4. Most of the meat on the bones is coming at that 7 o'clock window, but you also do we're going to get Bryce Underwood's first big test for the Wolverines. They head to Nebraska to take on Timu Mahomes and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Michigan favored by 2.5 on the road. Wow, handoff, 3rd and 4. And no room for Fletcher, and I think Miami's going to have to settle for a field goal. Hey, good job, Cristobal. You sent out the field goal unit. This one a chip shot. But we saw some chip shots missed last week. That one is up and good. Hurricanes take a 3-0 lead. But yeah, you get the first big test for Bryce Underwood without Sharon Moore. Is he suspended for this one? Or is he back for this one? It's hard to keep track with all the Michigan suspensions, I'll be honest. Like, there's like 84 show causes and 19 suspensions. Like, it's just hard to keep track, and I don't really care anymore. So the kick is away. I think he's back for this one, though. I think that was the big thing is they brought him back they made sure he was there for Oklahoma to lose by $1 billion, and they made sure he's here for Nebraska. But Biff Pogue, you got to coach him against Central, who's bad. Lagway rifles one right side. That is complete as we move under 3 minutes. It is Jackson with the catch. Gator chomp after 11-yard gain. Hey, man, can we get in the end zone? We get this game at 7:30 on ABC. Miami laying 7.5. I actually like the Gators in that one to cover. A touchdown on the hook, giving me Lagway on a bounce-back game as Lagway takes a shot deep down the field into double coverage. Hey, DJ. Stop. What are you barking at? I don't know. She's barking at something. I think the best game of the day, you get Illinois, Indiana. Altmaier heading to Bloomington to take on Mendoza. And the Hoosiers is dumped off underneath. Got a little bit of room on that drag route. Pick up a couple. First down for Hayden Hansen. I think we're going to learn if Illinois is for real in that game. At least we're going to get a data point for them. I think Altmaier's good. I'm not as high on him as other people. I've never been a big Brett Bielema guy, but he had some good years at Wisconsin. If they can go in and win a game on the road at Indiana at night, that place is going to be rocking. It's a conference game on the road. If they can go out and win that game, what are they? Yeah, they're 5.5-point dogs on the road at Indiana. I like Illinois in that game. Lagway's going to take another deep shot on 1st and 10 to the end zone. Has a man caught. Touchdown, Gators. DJ Lagway with an absolute laser. Drops it in the bucket. And Sturdivant comes up with the catch. JMS. Look at this. He just flicks it out there from 65 and drops it in the bucket. And the Gators take the lead on the road. What a throw from Lagway. And just like that, the Gators on top. That looked like a hang time punt, Buckeyes. Good name, by the way. Shout out to you. It looked I thought like he went for the coffin corner throw. Hey man, good on you. Seven through the score, still $1.53 on the clock for Beck and the Hurricanes to put together a little 2-minute drill as this was returned out to the 15-yard line and no further for the Miami special teams. Empty backfield for Beck, but both teams have all 3 timeouts. But if we know anything about CFB, they are not going to be using those. Sets up look like a little halfback screen, maybe a little tunnel screen. Well covered by the Gators. I think he's lucky he got hit on that play because there were a lot of Gators standing in the way as he was looking to flip that out to Fletcher. 2nd and 10. It's Beck in the gun, 3 wide set. 2 to the right side, solo receiver wide left. Beck dumps it off underneath. All right, he got a yard? I mean, Bauman has, I think, 4 catches at this point. Third down and 9. Beck. 5-man rush over the middle. It is complete. It's another first down for the Hurricanes. First time we've called Ray Joseph's name. You terrify me. Let's throw over the middle. Beck slinging it early. Better than last week's game so far. 7-3 our score. Beck back to pass. He'll dump it out to the flat. And there is Ray Joseph again. If stays in bounds, he probably picks up 15 to 20. Instead, he'll pick up 8. But again, another kind of light slate this week. Ohio State's got the off week before they head out to Washington. I like that game's going to be tough as Beck floats it up the seam. And a nice throw to Bauman. First down, Hurricanes. Oh, tight end seam route. Oh, we love a good tight end seam route in gaming. That one's too easy. Beck, play action. He'll dump it off. Fletcher trying to find some room. Maybe it's 4 o'clock running. Minute to go in the first half. Better? Skins? Like, it is better. They're moving the ball. I mean, I think end of game, end of half is going to continually be bad. Until they patch it, it's just going to be bad. Throws it out wide right. But they both, all the drives have been at least moving the ball. So far, it's a good 7-3 game. Unlike the 9-3 pain. Shotgun for Beck. Trips up to the left side. Beck steps up in the pocket. He'll dump it off again. This time, it's Fletcher. I think Fletcher and Bauman have 9 catches. Beck's already thrown the ball 12 times. The clock management is awful. I've never seen it this bad. Mills and I were talking about it. Like, I have never seen it this bad. But what can you do? Beck over the middle. Incomplete pass. Really nice defense out there. Who's that in coverage? It looked like, I don't see who that was. I think that was Howard. That was Grayson Howard, the linebacker. Looking like a corner over the middle. In overtime in Madden, we've seen in OT punts while losing. Like it's their last drive, and we've seen them punt the ball. Hey, where are you, Fletcher? He looked like he was just going to get a drink. Have you seen that motion before? What was that? That couldn't have been what it was supposed to be, right? He was just leaving. He had things to do. 3rd and 4, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, end zone, touchdown, Hurricanes. It is Alex Bauman into the end zone with 6 seconds on the clock, and the Canes retake the lead. Just living his best life on the other end of the field. I don't know how you don't key in on that defensively, but that's the Billy Napier defense. Hurricanes with 6 seconds left will retake the lead. So, Skids, it's better. It's better. Shout out to everybody watching on Twitch and on YouTube. Good to see everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're going to be changing up, not changing up too much, but we're doing some different things in terms of content. So we're going to be, our YouTube, again, if you're not watching on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, good job, you already found it, GameSpot_sports. So YouTube, we're going to be doing more of the, our VOD's going to be more of the tier list. We're going to do some more stuff before the show. That's, I think, a little more interesting versus the cut downs of these. So we're going to have, like today we'll have our, it's either be today or tomorrow, we'll have our NFL quarterback tier list that we did yesterday go out. We'll have our SEC tier list that we did today go out. So just an opportunity to create some more interesting content for our friends over on YouTube. We're also going to be doing more games as we are kind of figuring out what we want to do. We're going to be having some creator matchups, so we'll be bringing on creators to play. If you have suggestions or people you want to see on here, let us know. We're going to bring on some creators to play some of these games instead of the straight Sims. We will have the creators come on and play as their favorite team or play as one of the teams, and then we'll do some do sort of longer form streams here on Twitch. And yeah, I mean, obviously social, we're pushing a ton. So again, if you could give us a follow on social, it's GameSpot_sports on YouTube. We've also got GameSpot Sports, one word, on Instagram, and GameSpot_sports on TikTok. We're posting every day, at least every day that I'm not on an airplane. And it's a lot of not just stuff from here, but a lot of content from around the sports gaming. But we're gonna get some FC. FC launches next week. We're gonna have some EPL content. We're gonna do some. I think we're gonna do some like more for the stream. That we'll do it live. Is some more like franchise rebuilds and like the superstar mode. So I think like NBA, the My Player, the NHL Be a Pro. NHL launched like 2 days ago. But then like as we had FC, like we'll do some team rebuilds, I think. Go through the transfer window. I think that'll be fun. We'll kind of figure out what we like with the college, what works best, but we're just going to be trying some things out. So you're going to see more streams, I think, from my perspective as the handoff over the right side. I think you're going to see more streams here and longer streams. Sort of the same time frame, but just trying to get some more gameplay in and create some more interesting content. And then like we've got a social plan. I think it's gonna be kind of fun where we're gonna kind of take this format where we're predicting what the college football landscape is going to look like. But instead of as a run over the right side, nice pickup for Fletcher. Instead of watching one game, what we're gonna do is set up a dynasty. We're going to simulate the entire week. We're going to see how those results go versus the real life results. So you'll get like, every team in action. You're going to have 132 teams in action, so 60 games or so. But then we're going to condense it down to more of a social 1-minute video sort of look, and then do basically 1-minute highlights from that schedule of like, here are the 5 most interesting things from College Football 25 or 26's simulation of week 4. And you pick out the 5 biggest games or the most interesting sims and then see how those match up. So condense that more for social. So just keep your eye out. We're trying some stuff. We're doing some stuff. We're hoping to get some creators on here create some more fun content, and have some fun with it. As we're all sports gamers and we like sports game. Oh my lord. Spin cycle, excuse me. Nice flip. Well, really nice flip. Well done. We'll do some, I think we'll also do some, I think we're going to do some Ultimate Team in FC. We might do some Ultimate Team in Madden 2. It's only Season 2, so we still got, like, an ability to hop in and do some MUT. It's kind of where I want to get creators involved, is, like, have them come in and, like, give us pointers on, like, best packs to get, items to get, hit them with the spin cycle again. What is this team? The Iowa State Cyclones? But yeah, we're going to be trying some stuff out. And whatever you guys want to see, I really do, like, there's one, the one I want to do that I think will be fun, whatever we call it, I'm kind of like challenge accepted, is taking chat challenges and comments from YouTube and then putting a 2-hour timer or a 3-hour timer on the clock and trying to do them. So things like creating a my player at the shortest height and winning a couple online games, creating adjusting the ratings on an NBA team to make them all, the one I saw was no 3-point shooting, all mid-range, and try to win an NBA title. Back play action, throws it right in the dirt. He was open. So things like that, just fun little things like win a game online in MUT without completing a pass to receiver more than once. Like, things like that. Challenges, like, and they can be across any of them, like going to skate. Is that dumped off underneath and into the end zone? The Hurricanes walk down the field. Touchdown, Canes. As Miami puts up 14 unanswered. CJ Daniels into the end zone. But, I mean, like, WWE 2K. What's up, CT Special? Good to see you, my friend. So that is one that I really want to do. I think would be fun. Is like a chat challenge stream. Do some like be a pro stuff, some franchise stuff. How did you get hurt on the kickoff, on the extra point? Jordan, are you good? So it'll be fun. We're gonna be trying some stuff out. So keep it locked here. Keep it locked on our socials too. We're trying some new social posting and things like that, and see what we can do. It is all a process. So I'm excited though. And we're going to keep it all sports. And I just want to talk ball with you guys. Like, as MLB playoffs come around, we're going to be doing some MLB streams. Stonewalled. So right now we're live Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be looking at Gooks Tigers. Throw underneath. A little drag route. There's gonna be a little urgency as we go to the fourth quarter. I think my Pirates are winning the World Series this year. Nope. Neither of our teams are winning the World Series. Shout out to the Guardians. Yeah, but ASU stinks. They got beat by Mississippi State. Sorry, Kenny. I said that out loud. Whoops. The cowbells are loud. Juke, stop, start, go. First down. Okay, all right, sure, yeah, whatever you say. First and 10 for Lagway. But yeah, we're going to be... Oh, nice rollout. Play action, rollout, dump off. Easy completion to midfield. As that is the first time that we've seen that look. The first time we've seen Jacoby Jackson into the game. H-back, wide receiver. They line him up all over the place. 17-7 the score. Miami on top, but Florida driving. The run game ain't there, dude. Run game ain't there. Now we're good. Jaden Baugh. But I think the moral of that sort of long soliloquy was you're going to see, I think, more streams on this channel. More varied streams on this channel. And kind of different content going out to YouTube more than just like cut down looks. Whereas we just have some more interesting content for the YouTubes. And then socials are going to be fun. We're going to have some fun on socials. We're going to have some fun. And we want your guys' feedback. So if you guys see anything, that if you want to see something, if you want to see a game in the sports gaming sphere, you want to see us try it out, drop us a comment in the chat into double coverage. That's a lagway throw. Also, Twitter, GameSpot_sports. Always hit us up there. I say us. Me. Hit me up. Let me know. 17-7, 4th and 1. There's no way you're kicking this. There is a way you're kicking this. My bad, Billy Napier. Shout out Supercuts. So missed from 58. This one from 57. Got it? I mean, got it by a lot. Good Lord. Got it by a ton. 17-10. Defense for Florida's going to have to step up. What a leg. And nowhere to go. Once again, the special teams for Florida has been so good. There's been no room to return, but Carson Beck's been carving them up like a Thanksgiving turkey. Goes bunch down to the right side, solo receiver wide left. And it's a handoff, and it's nowhere to go. And Fletcher goes down. We've seen a lot of... he's limping off. Third injury in this game. I don't know if we've had any of our sims have more than... I think we've had one combined injury across all sports. Fascinating. All right, Xbox, chill. Goes back to the run game with Fletcher out. They still hand that ball off. It's Jordan Lyle, sophomore, with the carry. 3rd and 10. Clock run of Florida, not using any timeouts. I actually like the call. This is one of the first times I've looked at the CPU's clock management and gone, this is the correct move. 3rd and 10. Beck in trouble, rolls out. He just gets rid of that one. Throws into the Gator bench, and the Gators are going to have an opportunity to drive with a chance to tie. How about Billy Napier's defense stepping up? I need y'all to see this just for a second. I'll let this punt go. I've got the depth chart pulled up for both these teams, and why do I had... Anybody see that Amazon Prime ad? I had a Prime ad for interior lights for a Tesla Model 3. I drive a Kia. You think I'm out here with Tesla money? I drive a Kia. Chill. Anyways. Gunnar Stockton is big man on campus walk. Big man on campus. Also, shout out to the ads on this page that pop up. Dolphins, Bills. I'm not watching. I mean, I'm watching, but the Dolphins are going to lose by $1 billion, I think. Shotgun for DJ Lagway. 2nd and 4. Throws it right side. It is completed as a first down. Gators moving. JMS with a catch. What? Did the Gator not know what to do? He's... Yes! Claps and... Go Gators! Into the pistol, bunch to the left side. It is Lagway. Back to pass. Over the middle. That's a nice throw. Tight window throw. Gators take a timeout? A quick timeout, too. All right. You do you, Billy. Lagway. Don't get mad, DJ. You literally threw Hayden Hansen into the fire. Like, that was like over the middle crushing. Like, there was no chance he was walking away from that one feeling good. So, you know, chill. 2nd and 10. Pistol, one wide receiver, play action, rollout for Lagway. Hit as he throws, just gets rid of it. Don't like that. I mean, you're going 2 tight ends, 2 in the backfield, 1 wide receiver when you need to be. Like, if you were to run the ball there, I think it's fine with 2 timeouts, $1.33, but gonna need a little more than that. 3rd down and 10. 3 wide set, 2 to the left side, solo receiver wide right. Lagway steps up, throws it deep. Back of the end zone, Slaughter gets hurt on the play. So that's on the offensive line. I don't like the throw. He threw it like he was leading the receiver, but it was back corner. And now 4th and 10, they've got to go for this. It could be your ball game. Lagway in the shotgun, 2 wide to the left side, solo receiver to the right. Over the middle, has a man. Great read. What was the off coverage from the Hurricanes? And Eugene Wilson wide open, and Gator chomps directly in the defender's face. That's probably a taunting penalty, let's be honest. Inside the red zone, go the Gators. Lagway. Over the middle. Gets 3. Clock moving. Billy, don't call a timeout here. I'm begging you. Billy, look at me. Don't call a timeout. You got plenty of time. 2nd down and 7. Hands it off. Great run play, and it's a first. Oh, good timeout. Make sure that Miami has more time. I love that for you. Back to the run game. To the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal. Just nonsensical. You ran the ball, quickly call a timeout, to then run the ball again. All right. Goal line set. Power on power. Lagway hands it off. End zone. Touchdown Gators. Ball into the end zone. With 22 seconds left. Probably should have waited a little longer to snap that ball, but we'll let that one go. Timeout was more egregious. Jaden Ball. Dude, Skins, I think you're right. I tweaked him a little bit too. Like, I tuned down some of the blocking just so they didn't have 8,000 seconds in the pocket. I turned down the run blocking too because everything was bounce outside, trying to get them to maybe run between the tackles a little more. But this is the best that this game has looked since we started this. So credit to you. I appreciate the idea. We are in this, like, overtime sphere. We've had, I think, 3 overtimes in 7 sims. Good Lord. Jeez, man. Calm down. Handoff left side. Not going to go anywhere. We'll go to OT, it looks like. Bonus football. Hey, we love a good OT game. Especially when it's a good game. 17 apiece. The Gators hanging in there. Here we go. Who is going to get the... Oh, we get to watch the whole coin toss. That's right. Cool. I know this is like a very specific like ask, and I'm not saying that like it should be there, but I wish you could change the camera angle when doing these. Like I wish we could watch more like broadcast angle versus this. It's a handoff over the right side. Ball hasn't had a lot of room to move. Give me a second 11. You don't play poker, do you? Only, like, socially. I don't, like, play. I watch a lot of poker. I enjoy poker, but... It's been one of those things where it's like, I've never had, like, a group to play with. Like, I always wish I did. I always wish I had that, like, that old school, like, poker night with friends. Every once in a while, when we're, like, when we go to the casino with friends, like, well, we'll play there, but, like, I would not say like regular, but I enjoy it and I try to watch a lot of it and get better at it. As a handoff over to the right side. On 3rd and 9, they go stretch. Okay. I guess we're settling for 3. Interesting play call there. 3 runs in overtime. Sliders are broken. Playing for the 3 is crazy in OT. But it's good. They got their field goal. Like, what are we doing? It's 3-run plays. Oh, no kidding. That's wild. That's fun. I love that. That's cool. I've heard that a lot. There's a clip. Someone sent it to me. Oh, I'm trying to remember. It's from like... It had to be 09. 2010. There's a call in an NCAA tournament game for basketball that I heard it and I thought it was me for a second. I was like, I haven't worked NCAA in a while. I get a lot of... For a long time, everybody sent me... My doppelganger was... Just 5-run plays, sure. Why'd you pause? Never seen that before. Andy Milanakis. That one hurt. That one didn't feel good. I did not love that. That felt like a personal attack. The game itself was like, I'm done. I'm out. This is bad. 3rd and 10, we're running it, but he picks up the first. Now it's going to be 4th and short. Please go for it. Please give us a go for it. Please. That's 6 run plays in overtime. Both teams airing it out all game long, and then to OT, they're like, let's get conservative. Nope. We're kicking it. All right. I've no words, ladies and gentlemen. No words. He is iced. The kick is up. And it's good. We'll go to OT number 2. I'm at least entertained by it, so we're going to take that as a dub here for game time. So this is both teams required to go for 2. First double overtime look. Throws it out to the flat. Oh, you threw the ball. Sorry, I didn't know you were allowed to do that. I got one of those water bottles that yells at you when you don't drink water, so that's my new thing. That's crazy, Mike, that I've got a poker doppelganger. Throws it out right side. Has a block. Look at that play. See, maybe you should put the ball in the air. Throws it out to the right side and a walk-in touchdown. Mark Fletcher. First of all, he's wide open. Second of all, look at the blocking by Keelan Marion. Just, you love to see a wide receiver throwing some good blocks. So now we get the all-important 2-point conversion for the Hurricanes. Do we just see a run play? All right, we're going to go shotgun, 3 wide. 2 down to the left side, solo receiver, Marion up to the right. Fletcher on his right hip. If it was a read option, it wasn't even a good read. 26-20. Can the Gators answer? We actually had our first win last week on the college football sim. Is it correctly predicted? Lagway? DJ Lagway, 1 play into the end zone. Where has that DJ Lagway been? Don't throw 5 picks. Just run your way. First play into the end zone. DJ, turn it into TD. I mean, just got outside the pocket and showed off the wheels. And again, who is out there blocking? That was some unbelievable blocking on the edge. Well, can the Gators win it? Or will we go to dueling 2-point conversions? Lagway in the shotgun. 2 wide to the left side, 2 to the right side. Lagway to the flat. It's good. Gators win. I don't know if that's how it's going to go this weekend, but if it does, it's going to be an unbelievable battle. As in double overtime, DJ Lagway bounces back from a 5-pick performance to lead the Gators to an upset win in Hard Rock. Scores the winning touchdown and then finds Jacoby Jackson for the 2-point conversion. And the Gators come up with the dub. How about that? I will say this, wherever Skins is, sliders worked. I mean, they worked. I want to see how the stats line up. So we did 5s on this. Just curious if they did 204 through the air for Beck. 184. So we could run 6, I think. Especially when, like, the game is that, like, if it stays that good, we could run 6s. I mean, the running game is still just bad. 12 for 39. It's not... Fletcher was 10 for 40. So these are set on 5, excel down to 25. Eight catches to the halfback. The halfback, I mean, like, 14 catches between a halfback and a tight end is something. And Florida was close. Yep, 4 to the tight end. All right, I mean, I could try it for sure. I'll try that next week. Yeah, do like 11 with the rundown to 15. I would probably go quick pres instead of like the full presentation. Because I think that's where the game slows down the most is the replays and stuff. But if you go quick pres with the 11, rundown to 15, I want to test that this weekend and see what that looks like. All right, so here's what I want to do before we get out of here. So we've been looking at doing this more as a, like, instead of the individual game, like doing a social post with, let's sim the entire schedule and see if we get anything interesting. So I just booted up a random. So we are in week 4. So this would be the correct week. Also, Oklahoma State, Tulsa. So let's sim this. Let's see what happens. See if we get anything interesting to come out of this game. This, by the way, is Oklahoma not ranked? In this particular where I've only simmed everything? Oh, yeah? I got a buddy who went to Delaware. Shout out to the Blue Hens. Shout out to Joe Flacco, my quarterback. There's no way BYU would be 2-0. So, hey, there you go. ASU is sitting at 3-0 in this particular one. Sure. So let's see what would be interesting when it comes to looking at the whole schedule. Nice. Got Cane Eagles. I'm so happy. Hey, aren't they both? Yeah, are they both ranked? What's up, Swole? Patch the super dub on both CFB and Madden, but wait. It's a bold call, Swole. We've already got Master. Yeah, we do have Master Tack early. I'm remembering doing GMM. Yeah. It's early. Is the I heard that the not everything got patch that was in the notes. Like the Quiet the Crowd glitch just got different, which is kind of fun. Let's see if there's anything interesting that happened. Go back to this week. This is unreal. Iowa would never hear. Let me do this. There's no chance Iowa would score 34 points. So that's not true. Oh my God, Diego! What happened? Emotional win and you lose to the Panthers? It's a tough look. What happened to my boy Diego? SimStat's actually pretty good. Although 302 is wild. Threw for 249. I just bottled. Dang, Cedric. Alright, so that's fun. That's fun and interesting. I think that's actually about right. I think USC is 15.5 point favorites at home against MSU. Meep meep, go Roadrunners. That's not going to happen, but, you know, I don't think the sim has hurt Lenore Sellers. Oh, you almost losing to the FCS team. It's hilarious. Blech. All right, so Oklahoma beats Auburn at home. That's, I think, fair. By the way, talk about guys who I don't know how they have a coaching job still. Trent Dilfer is just a bad coach. I don't know how he's still coaching at UAB, but good on you. What's ironic? This might be the most accurate score because Clemson's regressing. Kate Klubnik looks awful. I don't think Syracuse is very good, but could you see Clemson in a tight win? Hilarious. Duke is just so bad. I thought their offense was going to be fun and interesting, but it hasn't been. Shout out for my guy Swole come through with the raid, by the way. Appreciate you, Swole. ASU beats Baylor in Waco. That's a good game. Still don't know how they have BYU 3-0, and ranked. Dang, Georgia Tech. What did Haynes King do in this game? Threw for 5 touchdowns. All right. Shout out to Haynes King. Look at all the scoring. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. I love it. Anyways, let's get to the night game, see if there's anything interesting that happened. West Virginia off an emotional win, goes into Kansas and wins. Wow, Mendoza beats Altmaier. We had this game, although the CPU sim would have it at 31-17 Miami, but Florida won our sim, so take that. Wow. Red Raiders go in and, Utah 2-2 is crazy. That game won't be close. Washington State is no good. Who's the kid at Damon Williams, right? He's electric. 3 picks, though. I'm going to need him to do that against Ohio State. All right, so that's interesting. That's interesting and fun. So again, guys, if you could, be so kind. Follow us across social. It's GameSpot_sports on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Instagram. It's GameSpot Sports, one word. We're trying to grow both those so we can go live on all the platforms. So if you could go give us a follow, we certainly would appreciate it. Going to be our next video coming out on YouTube will come out tomorrow. It'll be our tier list for NFL quarterbacks. We'll also have both these VODs will be live on YouTube as well. And we will have social content coming out all week. We've been pulling social from across sports gaming and finding the best clips. So just keep an eye on that. But we certainly would appreciate if you give us a follow, especially TikTok. We're trying to get to where we can go live on TikTok. It's GameSpot_sports. You'll see this mug a lot. But we'll be back live on Tuesday, and you might see us Monday. It's gonna be Tuesday, I think. Though we'll be live with more game time, but we're gonna have sort of our new streaming schedule figured out by the weekend. You can follow us on Twitter, GameSpot_sports. We'll put out what our streaming schedule looks like, and we're gonna have some more fun on here. If you guys have ideas, what you want to see, challenges you want to see, things like that, GameSpot_sports on Twitter, best way to reach out, or you can just reach out to me directly. Would love to have some fun challenges to do. Put a timer on and try to do some fun stuff across sports gaming. But I appreciate everybody came through. Shout out to Swole coming through. My guy Swole coming through with the raid. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate everybody who hung out all day in the chat. It's always fun when we get to hang out and talk ball. Buckeyes and Skins and Mike. Shout out to CT Special coming through. Shout out to Mr. Wright coming through. I don't know if Mr. Wright, if you hung around, but your Gators got the win. So we're sending the Juju to Gainesville. Come on, DJ Lagway. Have some fun. Enjoy all the football this weekend. Enjoy hopefully a safe and nice weekend wherever you are. Appreciate everybody coming through, and we'll catch you next time right here on GameSpot Sports.